Hello and welcome to the Plutus IAS. Today we are going to discuss about the important topic of geography, that is monsoon, right? So what the monsoon is? Basically, monsoon is a seasonal wind, right? Monsoon is a seasonal wind in which winds are moving from what you say southwest to northeast in summer season, while from northeast to southwest in winter season. What I am trying to say, monsoon is a seasonal wind. Monsoon is a seasonal wind in which movement of wind is from southwest to northeast in summer season, while from northeast to southwest in winter season, right? So if you see, this is the north, this is the south, east and west. So monsoon is there having with direction from southwest, right? Southwest to northeast, easters in summer season, right? In summer season, while from northeast to northeast to northeast to southwest in winter season. Right, this could be seen in terms of the map of India. See, this is the equator. Monsoon is a wind. Monsoon is a wind when it comes to northern hemisphere, that is north to equator. See, it turns right, how will be explained, and comes to India, right? This is the monsoon. This is the trade wind when comes to India. This is known as monsoon. Here is southern hemispheric trade wind, right? This is southern hemispheric trade wind. Like if you see, this is the globe and this is equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, then Antarctic Circle, this is Arctic Circle, and this is polar region. So if you see, the wind present in southern latitudes of tropical region, this is the tropical region, then you will find out a particular type of wind known as trade wind. This is the trade wind. Similarly, in northern latitude of tropics also there is some kind of wind which is also named as trade wind, right? This is the trade wind, and then this is what you say westerlies. This is westerlies. This one is westerlies and this is polar wind. Again, this is westerlies and polar wind. You have to focus only about what the type of winds are there over the globe, not how they are originating, because it is a separate topic of discussion how they are originating, right? Today we'll discuss about how they are having with some kind of movement to be developed into monsoon. So if you put yourself in tropical region, you have the two kind of wind, two type of say particular wind, that is trade wind of northern hemisphere, north to equator, and trade winds of southern hemisphere. This one is also trade wind, this one is already trade wind. When this trade wind comes to northern hemisphere, when this trade wind comes to northern hemisphere, it would be taken as monsoon, right? So when this trade wind of southern hemisphere comes to northern hemisphere, turning its direction, how we explain even today, will be named as monsoon. So southern hemispheric trade wind would not be monsoon. When it comes to northern hemisphere, would be taken or converted into the monsoon, right? Would converted into the monsoon, right? So why and how they are converted into monsoon, why it is so called monsoon, would be a part of discussion. So here see, this is the globe and this is axis. Simply earth is rotating with respect to its axis like this. This is the rotation of the earth. Because of such kind of rotation, all the winds, whether of northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere would have impact of the rotation of the earth, would have the impact of rotation of the earth, which is termed as Coriolis force. Coriolis force caused due to rotation of the earth is a type of pseudo force, not the original force, causes the winds of northern hemisphere to be shifted to right and southern hemisphere to the left. So any wind, see ये वाला जो है, if you see normally the winds would be like this, ये wind ऐसे होना था, ऐसे, but some kind of right handed shift is there, है ना? So you have to put yourself in the direction of movement of wind. Suppose this is the wind moving from, say this is the 30 degree, this is the 60 degree, this is the 90 degree. So suppose from 30 degree to 0 degree any movement of wind is there, but because of the rotation of the earth some pseudo force would be applying and will be twisted towards the right. So right would be taken after putting yourself to the direction of movement of wind and then find out right. On the same way, if suppose the wind is like this, from 30 degrees south to equator, from 30 degrees south to equator, then you have to put in the direction of the movement of wind and then to find out the left. What I have said here, right in the north and left in the southern part causes the winds of northern hemisphere to be shifted to right. So this is the noticeable point, and in southern hemisphere shifted towards the left. So in northern hemisphere towards the right, in southern hemisphere towards the left. So we'll see here ki right and left is a relative term which would be seen in terms of movement in the direction or direction of the movement of the wind. You have to first of all find out the actual direction of movement of the wind. If it is in southern hemisphere, what the direction, original direction is there, and then to left, and in northern hemisphere original direction then to right. This is the way to find out the actual direction of movement of the wind. This is not the true force, it is caused due to the rotation of the earth, but the impact would be seen with respect to the original direction of movement of wind. विंड का ओरिजिनल डायरेक्शन अगर ये है तो इधर राइट होगा, विंड का डायरेक्शन ऐसे है तो राइट ऐसे होगा. अब यहाँ देखो विंड का डायरेक्शन ऐसे है तो इसका राइट ये हुआ. सो द नाउ मॉडिफाइड डायरेक्शन इज लाइक दिस, मॉडिफाइड डायरेक्शन इज लाइक दिस, ये है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस टू this southern hemispheric trade wind. See, this is the trade wind of southern hemisphere. Suppose any kind of wind is there. When it crosses to northern hemisphere, why would be taken again. When it crosses to the equator and comes to northern hemisphere, some kind of force in terms of rotation of the earth would be appearing over it and will tend it to right. टेंड इट टू राइट, ऐसे आएगा ऐसे टर्न कर जाएगा, ऐसे आएगा ऐसे टर्न करेगा, ऐसे आके ऐसे टर्न करेगा. सो व्हेन इट टर्न्स टू राइट एंड अपीयर ओवर द इंडिया, इट वुड बी टेकन एज monsoon. Why turn? Because of the Coriolis force. Coriolis force will lead to right turn. Will lead to right turn, right? This is what you say monsoon. Why right? Because of the rotation of the earth. Now see why or the factors which led to the movement of this wind to the north. ये southern hemispheric trade wind है, ये north क्यों आया? For this you have to see this situation. This is the sun, and see around the sun there is movement of earth. When earth is at this position like this is the axis, and then you have to this is Tropic of Capricorn and this is Tropic of Cancer, right? Tropic of Cancer, and this is equator. This is equator. When Earth is revoluting. This is the direction of revolution of Earth. When Earth is revoluting around the Sun, what happens? Since there is some kind of tilting angle with respect to the Sun of Earth, hence complete surface of the Earth would not be on direct contact of the Sun. So some part, and more particularly tropics, between tropic, what you say here is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. There is direct appearance of Sun over the Earth. There is direct appearance of Sun over the Earth between Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. How it happens? Since when Sun is appearing over the equator during the months of March, while Earth is revoluting around the Sun, what happens? The region of the equator will be more evaporating, and there is significant development of low pressure region over the equator. Low pressure region over the equator. And then when the relative position of Sun appears over the Tropic of Cancer, जैसे ऐसे घूम रहा है तो ये वाला पार्ट अभी सन के सामने है, then Tropic of Cancer will come directly before the Sun. Then again equator will come directly before the Sun. Then Tropic of Capricorn will come directly before the Sun. Why it happens? Because of the tilting angle of the Earth. Earth ऐसे सीधा नहीं है, थोड़ा tilted है ना, तो ऐसे जाएगा tilt होकर के, तो Tropic of Cancer सामने आ गया, फिर उसके बाद ऐसे आएगा, फिर सीधा हो जाएगा, then again ऐसे आएगा, फिर tilt हो जाएगा. So Sun never appears directly over the polar region of the Earth, nor in the subpolar region, but only between Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, right? तो यहाँ Tropic of equator पर डायरेक्टली है, यहाँ Tropic of Cancer पे है, डायरेक्टली इक्वेटर पे है, then Tropic of Capricorn पर है. So what we here concluded that the relative position of Sun would be either over the Tropic of Capricorn or Cancer or between that position. So this is the position of June, and this is the position of December, and this is the position of March and September. यहाँ पर कब रहेगा? In March, 21st March and 23rd September, and this is the position of 21st June, and this is the position of 22nd December, right? Because of that only situation, Sun is appearing over the Earth as directly perpendicular. That to say that Sun is coming with their rays directly over the equator, and equator region would be more heating. When it appears directly over the Tropic of Cancer, then Tropic of Cancer region would be directly heating and low pressure region would be created. Because of that kind of shifting, since today we have to complete only the concept of monsoon, so we can't able to go into the detail about the pressure belts of the Earth. But basically you can say that this pressure, low pressure region will be shifted to Tropic of Cancer in summer season, while this pressure region of low in nature will be shifting to southern hemisphere in December. So when low pressure region of equator shifted to Tropic of Cancer, the wind of southern hemisphere, see here, when Sun appears Over the equator, this is the position of trade wind to be found between 0 to 30, 0 to 30. But when sun appears over the Tropic of Cancer while moving through the different latitudes, first on equator, then 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, like this. When it appears over 30 degree, then what happens to this southern hemispheric trade wind? This trade wind will also shifted to or will shift to the northern hemisphere because of the shifting of the sun. Because of the shifting of the sun, see, slowly and gradually, this southern hemispheric trade wind will come to northern hemisphere. But when it comes to northern hemisphere, there is another one factor which is called as rotation of the earth, which is impacting over the wind coming from southern hemisphere and will lead to, see, change in its direction. यहाँ से आएगा और ऐसे change कर जाएगा. Why? Because this is the wind of southern hemisphere which was impacted by Coriolis force to the left. But when it comes to northern hemisphere, there is only way to shift this wind towards the right because of the Coriolis force of the earth. So right-handed shifting would be there, and that right-handed movement will lead to the development of this kind of monsoonal wind, which will cause precipitation. Since coming from the southern hemisphere has got 70% of ocean water, 30% oceans are found in northern hemisphere. So any wind carrying huge amount of humidity, if comes to northern hemisphere, certainly would be having with energy to get precipitated into the huge amount of water in the form of precipitation. तो यहाँ से ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर ले करके ओशन से ये आ रहा है विंड. नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में आने के बाद क्या होता है, ह्यूमिडिटी बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है एंड देन विल बी कंडेंस्ड इनटू द प्रेसिपिटेशन. प्रेसिपिटेशन के लिए क्या चाहिए, तो बहुत ज़्यादा ह्यूमिडिटी हो जाएगा तो वो वेपर वाटर में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, दैट इज कंडेंसेशन. और आइदर ये हो सकता है कि उसका टेम्परेचर ही कम हो जाए, जिससे भी हो जाएगा वो कंडेंसेशन. सो दैट इज द डिस्कशन ऑफ अनदर क्लास. बट बेसिकली व्हाट हैपेंस हियर, when southern hemispheric trade wind comes to northern hemisphere and have the potential to be precipitating, then situation when arise, it will cause precipitation in the northern hemisphere. During the summer season, this is only the monsoon which can cause, say, high rainfall in Indian subcontinent. Hence it is important, vital for our society, not only society but also for the economy in general. This is about the today's lecture of monsoon. This is the basic concept of monsoon. Thank you. We'll discuss another one topic in next class. Thank you.